I'm gonna check out Odin's Tavern. How about you?
Worried you'll get into trouble if you stick with me?
You've got it wrong. This is my first homecomer assembly, so I figured I'd take a look around. You can tag along if you want.
If you don't mind, I can be your guide.
Sure. But do you know this place well?
I was actually one of Lola's students. She was my homeroom teacher back in elementary school. She used to say that Aiden kids always went on spring outings, but sadly, Kylo doesn't have spring. Then she said she'd take us to the Homecomer Assembly, which is kind of like a spring outing for Aiden kids, and help us get to know Ida better at the same time. Was that the 9th or the 10th one? Anyway, the Homecomer Assembly was huge back then. People hadn't fully forgotten what life was like on Ida. You could even see people who celebrated Ida's festivals.
Hipper is a few years older than Linsis. She probably knows this place better. Maybe I should ask her about Bagus and Odin's Tavern. But how do I bring it up? Last time I didn't find out anything at Odin's Tavern. That bartender was definitely hiding something.
What are you thinking about? Sorry, you're probably not interested in any of this, are you? I don't even know why I'm telling you. Anyway, you should probably get back to whatever you were doing.
Not at all. I'm really interested. I was just thinking. Back when I was at Or Zero, I heard someone mention a guy named Bagus, saying he's the one behind Odin's Tavern and all that. Is that true?
Bagus? Never heard of him. I don't know who the real boss behind Odin's Tavern is, but trust me, there's no way it's anyone from Anchor Infinity.
Why's that?
Because Granny Lola said so, and I trust her. You're just a nomad. Why are you so interested in Odin's Tavern? Got some trouble you need their help with?
Trouble? I guess you could say that. It's related to an old friend.
Instead of striking a deal with Odin's Tavern, why not talk to me? After all, I'm the chief of the Or Zero Nexus.
Actually, I'm here to find someone. He hurt my friend, and I can't just let that go.
Who is it? If they're a wanted criminal, there might be some leads in the fleet's database.
Actually, I don't even know who he is. We met on some software, and he goes by Bagus on there.
So you couldn't find any trace of this mysterious person anywhere, and now you suspect he's somehow linked to the equally mysterious Odin's Tavern?
He's definitely linked to Odin's Tavern. I can't really explain why, but trust me.
Even if he is linked to Odin's Tavern, Bagus might just be a pseudonym. You know that, right?
I know, but it's my only lead. Besides, he's probably looking for me, too. So if I keep buzzing around like a headless fly, maybe I'll lure him out.
That might work, but isn't it a little too adventurous? You have to understand, people who dug into Odin's Tavern's background before either came back empty-handed or just disappeared.
I have to do this. Not just for my friends, but also for so many others. If you hear or remember anything, please let me know.
So, back when you were living as a nomad, where did you usually hang out? Last time I was so busy with Linsis, I kinda overlooked you, huh?
Is she suspicious of me? I still don't know much about Kylo. How can I talk my way out of this?
Don't worry. I know you were just forced by the pirates, and you haven't done anything wrong. I'm only asking because I want to learn more about you and your friends. That way I can help you with the investigation more. I've always only gone after those who truly violate security regulations. I have no interest in oppressing ordinary homecomers or nomads. I don't want the Hope Fleet to act like Anchor Infinity's enforcer. Huh. To a nomad like you, these words must sound hollow. But back when I joined the Hope Fleet, I looked up to it with admiration and longing. It was formed by true idealists.
It doesn't sound hollow. In fact, I'd like to hear more about the Hope Fleet. After all that talking, you must be thirsty. How about we order a drink and have a little chat? Thanks for agreeing to help with the investigation. Drinks on me.
All right. Thank you.
According to the customs back in my hometown, today's some kind of, summer festival? What's it called again?
No. It's that festival where you make wishes to, a satellite in the sky.
No, you've got it wrong. That's an autumn festival thing.
Welcome! What can I get you to?
I'll have whatever is cheapest. Hipper, how about you?
Vespertini. Let's start with 3 of those.
How come just anyone can show up at the Homecomer Assembly now? What the heck is Laurent thinking?
Keep your voice down. What if she snatches us?
You think she'd dare do that? It's the Homecomer Assembly today. She'd walk in standing tall and get carried out sideways. Ungrateful dog. No wonder she joined the Hope Fleet. Her darn fleet got Granny Lola killed, and she still has the nerve to show up at the funeral? Too bad the Hope Fleet took away Granny Lola's body. Otherwise, if she saw her precious student today, she'd probably be so mad she'd come back to life.
Tone it down a bit, will ya? You tried that with Lynxes just now, and it still couldn't out-argue her.
Just talking about it makes me mad. Lynxes is a backstabbing snake. After her parents died, Granny Lola basically raised her. She should be collecting the bounty with Hipper's head in her hands. Instead of arresting Hipper, she swaggered into the tavern with her. If it weren't for the Assembly's rules, I'd have cut those two down on sight. If you ask me, Laurent's the only one we can count on right now. He cares about Granny Lola's funeral, and he's got the guts to stand up to Anchor and the fleet.
Lynxes is just a small-time merchant. There's no way she can handle Hipper. Besides, the two of them grew up together. They've still got a bond, so you'd best not say anything.
You're seriously underestimating Lynxes. Her abilities are second to none. Even better than mine, I'd say. And she's no backstabber. If she were, she wouldn't have gone through all this trouble to cling to a bunch of junk. As for Laurent, he's using the funeral as an excuse to host the Homecomer Assembly. Everyone knows exactly what he's after. Only you idiots have fallen for it. If I were truly ungrateful, I wouldn't have come alone to the funeral. I'd have brought a whole fleet and wiped out every last pirate there, including Laurent.
Ha! Finally decided to speak your mind, huh? Too bad this is our turf. You really think I'm scared of you with all these people watching?
The Toms are here and Granny Lola's funeral hasn't started yet. I say we just relax and enjoy our drinks. Kylo's booze isn't easy to come by, so let's not spill any by accident.
Good point. Let's finish up and head out. The funeral's about to start. We shouldn't be late again.
I'm only letting you off the hook today because of Granny Lola. Tuh.
You didn't have to step in. They can't touch me anyway.
You just had a fight with Lynxes. You still not over it?
They just forgot the festival from their hometown, yet they're still pretending to celebrate it. Don't you think it's ridiculous? They've already forgotten everything, yet they're still clinging to it.
50 years have gone by. Some things have simply been lost. It's not their fault.
Ida was reduced to ashes in that explosion long ago. What are they still holding on to? There's no way back now. I'm not trying to hurt Lynxes' feelings. I just want her to see the truth. I've witnessed firsthand just how hard deep space exploration is. It requires everyone's support. Yet the homecomers would still rather die in the perilous deep space than support the fleet's mission. They say the Hope Fleet is Anchor's lapdog, but they have no idea how hard General Veronica has had to struggle just to keep it going. The fewer Kylians who support the fleet, the harder it becomes for us to break free from Anchor.
Sorry, I'm struggling to follow.
The Hope Fleet and the Icarus Legion were originally funded by major corporations. Later, when Anchor Infinity acquired Apex, the Icarus region was forced to disband. Pirates have always existed due to the scarcity of resources in space. However, it was during the first pirate purge that the Homecomers were designated as pirates by Anchor. The Hope Fleet showed up at the 12th Homecomer Assembly to capture the pirates there. It was supposed to be a small operation, but somehow it turned into a disaster.
Was it Anchor Infinity?
No one really knows what happened. But after that, everything changed. The Hope Fleet gradually lost the trust of some Kylians, especially those in the Homecoming faction. After that, some stubborn homecomers simply started calling themselves pirates, while real pirates became increasingly rampant. To crack down on piracy and maintain order, the Hope Fleet was even forced to slow its exploration of the universe.
So what do you think of Linsis's actions?
Does it really matter? Exploration or returning home? In the beginning, the Icarus region and the Hope Fleet often worked together to map out safe routes. They even shared their precious navigators. Everyone knows that it doesn't matter what we find so long as it's good for the Kylians. But now, the homecomers resent the fleet, and some even go out of their way to sabotage its efforts to explore. Without proper sponsorship, the homecomers can't organize their own exploration missions. Linsis's parents died during one of these expeditions because it was so perilous. If the fleet really did discover a way back home, would they honestly keep it to themselves? The Hope Fleet never truly belonged to Anchor, but these days, hardly anyone believes that anymore.
Your drinks are ready. If you're not satisfied, just let me know, and I'll remake them.
Your drink looks pretty tasty.
Want to try it?
Sure. Whoa, that hits hard. Why is it so bitter?
Sorry about that. The first time I had it, I reacted just like you. Don't you think knocking back a drink like that is exhilarating?
I think I'll stick with water.
Maybe you're just not in the right mood for this drink today. When the time feels right, I bet you'll enjoy it too.
So, when did you start thinking this stuff tasted good?
The day I became captain and went on my first pirate eradication mission. Youngest captain in the fleet. Sounds pretty glorious, right? But honestly, a lot of people didn't respect me back then. Ever since that day, I've heard all kinds of rumors. Some even said I was the illegitimate daughter of some rich guy from the Brighton Zone. Just like that, they wiped away all the years of hard work, like none of it ever mattered. Later, as captain of the Asher, I went on my first pirate capture mission. I had a fire in my chest, determined to prove my abilities and finally shut those rumor mongers up. But when I got there, I discovered they weren't pirates at all. Just a bunch of hot-tempered nomads who backed the homecomers. Pretty much like the others we just saw. I decided to let them go, right there and then, and reported it to my commander. But he tore into me and slapped me with a reprimand. I felt so wronged. I didn't even have anyone to talk to about it.
So you drank this drink?
Thanks to that disciplinary, I only got half my salary that month. I had to skip meals just so I could squeeze in a couple of drinks.
Oh, right. Don't tell Linsis I bought you a drink. I still owe her some funds.
Relax, she owes me credits too. Every drink you buy me is just her paying off what she owes.
She owes you credits? She nearly got herself killed just to avoid getting into debt with you.
That was before she went to Nova Aerospace Academy. Sure, she wrote an IOU back then, but I never really intended for her to pay it back. The last time I brought it up to pressure her, she paid me back the next day. I didn't want to accept it at the time, but she got mad, so I had no choice but to hold on to it for her. According to her calculations, she still owes me a bit of interest. So don't worry, treating me to a drink will only make her happier.
You and Linsis grew up together. You could say Linsis inherited Granny Lola's ideals while you joined the Hope Fleet to fight pirates. No wonder she doesn't like owing you anything.
If only it were that simple.
It's more complicated?
Well, it's not that complicated. Maybe we're just too close to see things clearly. Linsis is a bit younger than me. Even though we look about the same age now, when I was in elementary school, she was still just learning to talk. She's looked up to me ever since then, and always said she'd surpass me someday. And she really did it. She graduated ahead of all her peers, and as a Nova cadet, she even broke my training records. Later, she found that Nova graduates must either join the Hope Fleet or Anchor Infinity, and must choose a position they hope to take when enrolling. I'd just graduated at that point, and she came to ask me if there was any way to get around that rule or something.
And you chose the Hope Fleet.
Yeah, until then, I had no idea how to tell her I wanted to join the fleet. It wasn't until she came and asked me that day that I realized I should have told her sooner. I told her that the reason I signed up for Nova was to find a new home for the Kylians out among the stars. But for her, having looked up to me and Granny Lola since she was little, it felt like a kind of betrayal.
The Hope Fleet is still responsible for Granny Lola's death. Linces must hate them even more now.
As far as I can remember, the Hope Fleet, like the Icarus Legion, was made up of warriors willing to lay down their lives for the future and ideals of the Kylians. But to little Linces, ever since she could remember, the Hope Fleet was just Anchor Infinity's lapdog. They were the ones who crushed the Icarus Legion and turned Granny Lola into a pirate. In the end, the role model I'd looked up to since childhood took the very path I despised and even joined my foes. Anyone would feel disappointed in that, right? Especially since we were both at our most stubborn age back then.
Even Linces herself said that when it comes to exploring space and returning home, there's no real right or wrong.
There's nothing wrong with exploring space. But that doesn't mean the Hope Fleet is blameless, does it? Just look at the warm reception I got at the assembly today because of who I am. You can see what I mean, right? When I was little, Granny Lola was my elementary school homeroom teacher, and she talked about Ida almost every day. But as time went by, I found it harder and harder to believe the Kylians could ever return home. That explosion was massive, so powerful that even the Kylian space station was caught in the shockwave, even though it was way out in satellite orbit. That's what reduced it to what it is now. Honestly, I don't know how I'm supposed to believe that Ida is still out there. So, I began to learn about the Hope Fleet's mission, and gradually found myself drawn to the idea of exploring unknown planets. I long for the day when I can lead the Kylians to a new home.
The Hope Fleet's guiding principle is...
Everyone in Kylo used to know that line, but now it seems the fleet... When it was founded, its motto was, Hope Beyond the Stars. When this motto was set, every member of the fleet believed that if we could break through the space-time turbulence, we could find a new home and free the Kylians from the hardships of their nomadic existence. But in 2700, during the 12th Homecomer Assembly, the Hope Fleet launched an attack, and the Kylians began to lose faith in them. Yet even then, I still believed in the fleet's mission and longed to explore the cosmos. That year, Granny Lola had to leave the school to govern the Icarus Legion after it lost its support. So before she left, I told her about my wish to explore the universe.
She chewed you out?
Back then, I was just as scared as you that she would get mad at me. But instead, she encouraged me to become the youngest captain of the Hope Fleet. I still remember what she said to me back then. Only when the homecomers and explorers work together can Kylo truly have hope.
Granny Lola was an impressive woman.
Back then, she also said that if Linces wanted to follow me and join the Hope Fleet when she grew up, she could be my navigator. And together we'd be the best duo in all of Kylo.
But then, the Hope Fleet killed Granny Lola. So, do you still trust them?
I'm not really sure. Back then, I received a secret mission. I was assigned to a special protection mission during the third pirate eradication operation. Until we arrived at our destination, my task force wasn't informed of the mission's details. At the time, I thought I'd been assigned to protect Granny Lola, to prevent Kylo from fragmenting even more.
But in reality, they sent you to capture Carrot.
So Linces did lie to me. You really did sneak a peek at my files that day.
I let that slip, huh? The file didn't explain everything, though. Were you really sent to capture someone?
They called it protection, but in reality, it was just a kidnapping. Maybe they chose me because of my background. They trusted me to protect Carrot, and at the same time, it was a test of my loyalty.
Legisis.
The medic on the Asher was injured during another mission, and in that emergency, she was the only one I could turn to. After all, if I could have saved Granny Lola back then, she would have been the best person for the job. Unfortunately, the fleet departed before I was given the go-ahead. By the time I arrived, everything was already over. Honestly, when the Asher disbanded, I didn't dare tell Aster, but deep down, I was kind of relieved. After Granny Lola passed away, I didn't know whether to stay with the fleet or leave. If I leave, can I still help the Kylians find a new place to call home? Sometimes, I think it wouldn't be so bad to just stay here in the Orzero Zone as the Nexus Chief. At least I could do my best to look after everyone here in the mine. And maybe I'd even have a chance to mend my relationship with Lindsys. But considering everything that's happened, it's probably too late for things to ever go back to how they were between us.
There's plenty of time. You can still make things right.
Sorry. I get chatty after a few drinks. I've probably dumped too much on you all at once. After all that talk, our drinks are all gone. I should just keep my promise and tell you about this place. How about we start with the arena over there? Let's take a look. It might be just the change of pace we need.